liberty.
Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, cause it's your birthday. You'll find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a buzz. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, so it's drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. But homie, ain't nothing changed, roll down, cheese up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man, roll them trees up. If you watch how I move, you mistake before I play up pimp. Been hit with a few shells, but I don't walk with a limp. I'm in the hood, in the ladies ain't 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, the show, they tell you I'm local. And the plan is to put the rap game in the choke.
Don't expose me like this! Hold on. Of course I wasn't ready. Don't look at my stuff. Oh, mama. Happy birthday, Ghetto. Happy 35th birthday. Excuse everybody. I'm gonna have to take these off very soon. Oh, mama. I've heard a lot about this game. Man, the power of fans. Fan games. Ooh. Let's go. Skin color. A ski color? Gojo Suguru announced a terrorist attack a few days ago. Happened to me. Since you were Illumini, you knew it was only a matter of time before you'd be contacted to help. What you didn't expect was for Gojo Satoru himself to be the one to call you. Me? Nor did you expect the mirror with a frame made out of bones. Oh, that's pretty cool. You feel an eerie pull towards it, as though it's calling out to you. The frame rattles softly, almost as if it's alive. Me? Creepy, right? Ah, it's me! Gojo's voice startles you from behind, his breath hot against your ear. I would not do that. You jump and shoot him a glare, but he only chuckles, clearly amused. He steps closer to the mirror, towering over you. He was already tall when you met him years ago, and now he's even taller, more imposing. He looks differently, yet somehow still the same. Maybe it's the I was about to say bulge. Boyish, mischievous look that never quite leaves his face. When did the school get this? Why am I breathing like that? 2 years ago, I think. He touched the mirror lightly, fingers brushing the frame as it rattles again. The mirror of echoes, it's made from the remains of a sorcerer who could control time. Interesting. Some say it can send people back, but but no one who's tried has ever returned. You frown. Your curiosity piqued. And somehow And how exactly is this supposed to help me further into the future? Your curse technique allows you to see glimpses of possible futures, but only up to a week ahead. With the attack looming weeks away, that won't be enough. It's not guaranteed to work, just a hunch of time. Just a hunch of mine. Just a hunch of me. But you know, I'm always right. That grin, it's the same one he wore 10 years ago when you were a student together. You shake your head lightly. Some things never change. Nah, they do. I'm even more handsome now, if that's possible. Are we flirting? You fake a gag, and he pouts dramatically. Hey, show your senpai some respect, nerd. You can't help but laugh at his exaggerated offense. For a moment, it feels like the old days, back when everyone was still together. You, Gojo, Shoko, Nanami, Haibara, and Geto. Don't even mention him! But afterwards, Haibara's death and Geto's betrayal, the group fractured. You left to work overseas, never finding the courage to ask Gojo about what happened. Distance was a convenience excuse to avoid the conversation. So, what do? You want me to see how Geto's going to attack, right? Gojo nods. Step towards the mirror. Without hesitation, he leans in, letting his head and torso vanish into the surface like it's a pool of water. Only the lower half of his body remains visible. You just stare at him, unsure whether to be confused or impressed. He wiggles his hips playfully. I'm not gonna say it! Ah! Why would I do this? Is Geto there? Unless I'm trying to get... With a sign, you step closer, placing your hands on the mirror's frame before dipping your head inside. Gojo's grinning face greets you, but beyond that, there's only total darkness. Can we walk inside? Girl, we're already inside. You can. I'll stay here in case you need help getting back, or, you know, something happens. How comforting. Thank you, senpai. Did your time abroad make you forget who I am? I'm still the strongest, you know. Nothing is gonna happen to you while I'm here, princess. You sigh, a little resigned, but knowing he's right. Alright. You step fully inside, and the sound of your footsteps echo like water splashing beneath your feet. Echoing around you are voices, soft, broken murmurs that send chills down your spine. They sound like lost souls, trapped and fading. Or maybe it's the mirror playing tricks on you. You take a deep breath. Foresight. You activate your curse technique, and the light spreads from your feet, illuminating a network of watery paths. I made that up. Each one reflects a possible further flickering image, passing swiftly through the darkness. The further inside time moves, the more these images are swallowed by the void. Can you see it? Yeah, can you? No. Only the cursed energy flowing around. Can you see it? Wow, Gojo Satoru, why are you saying my full legal government name? The bearer of the his whole government name. Wow, Gojo Satoru, the bearer of the 6 eyes of the shonen. Can't see something? Shocking. You must suck. You've got to have at least one flaw. Oh. I've got to have at least one flaw. His usual arrogance slips and his voice lowers, becoming more serious. If my mouth is black, that's because I just ate a cake. Can you see the attack? I'll go check. Don't go too far. You don't want to trip. You follow the water until you see the beginning of the attack. Their curse flooding the streets. And Gojo, he looks so different from that boy you once knew. The kind underclassman that helped you when you were facing your own demons, close to doing something reckless. That hid his own problems, even when he himself was suffering so much. The boy that you fell in love with. You fell in love with? Girl, back up. Your heart hurts. My heart hurts reading this. Your heart hurts. My heart hurts. Your heart hurts as you see the possible futures. In one of them, Gojo dies. Either by the hand of Gojo. Me. How do they do it? Me? How could I? How can I? Can I? Or the powerful student with a cursed spirit. And another, Gojo kills thousands of people. That's the same universe. From that point, many water courses start to spread. Following each of them would take a long time and wouldn't make much sense, since one small thing can change the possible futures completely. You avert your gaze from the vision and start to walk back to where Gojo is. How did it get like this? It's all began with Rico, Amini's death, and spiraled downward from there. If only you paid more attention. If you insisted more when Gojo started to isolate himself. If only you could change things. A flicker in the water catches your attention. It's you, jumping into the water, diving into the path to meet a younger Gojo. Your heart skips a beat. You drop to your knees, tracing the water's path with wide eyes. Hey, what did you see? You follow the vision backwards, piece together how it works. Reverse curse technique. That's the key to accessing the past. I can go back. Huh? I figured it out. In one of the timelines, I go to the past. It's possible. You can feel Gojo's shock, even though the bandages cover his eyes. Without giving him a chance to respond, you activate your technique. Curse technique reverse. Remnants! A single path glows brighter than the others, guiding you towards the past. Your heart pounds as you step forward. Gojo grabs your arms as you walk past, his body still half outside the mirror. Stop! It's the past. It's done. We blame ourselves for not helping him. I can fix this. You try to pull away, but his grip tightens. His voice softens as he says your name. Don't know what this will do to you. You glance at the splintering future behind you, all flickering and shifting. You could check what happens, but your cursed energy is already draining. Time is slipping away. You could end up trapped here, lost forever. just another voice in the darkness. But something inside you urges you forward. You have to go. If I can pull this off, I'll save so many people. I'll save Gojo. I refuse to give up on him. Silence. 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 Silence lingers between you. You never stopped loving him, did you? Yeah, I never did. Oh. No! No! This is a reflection of me. Slowly, Gojo loosens his grip, sighing. You better come back in one piece. Deal. You nod, even though you both know it's a gamble. Everything starts with the Hanami. If you can fool Toji. Why they gotta put his full name? Fujiguro, and stop his death after he's done with me. Do it, but don't fight him for your own good. And if you can't stop her death, there is still a key moment that changes Suguru. You know which one, right? I mean, I know. But do you know? I'm not telling you. I'm not gonna tell you. You better guess. Cause I know. Only me. No one else. Cause I totally knew. Cause then, I totally fixed him. It's getting hot in here. You nod, going on missions alone, absorbing the curses, isolating Hibari's death. You keep Tsukumo? The village. You come. Oh my god. You committed them to memory. Tried to imagine a future where none of this happened. Maybe it was all a preparation to this. Focus on Suguru. Don't mess with anything else. We don't want to trigger something worse. He hesitates before adding softly. And don't fucking die. I'll try my best, I guess. Gojo pauses again, his voice quieter now. Been a better friend. I'll make you a better friend too. How? Girl, stay out of this. That's how you'll be better friend. He laughs. This sound almost bittersweet. Good luck with that. You know how I was. You're still the same now. He sticks his tongue out and you laugh for a moment. The tension lifts. Well, see you. Gojo nods. As you begin to walk away, his voice calls out one last time. Tell my younger self how handsome he is. He's already full of himself. And tell him, my God! And tell him not to eat the spicy noodles in 2009. Step further into the mirror, the silence enveloping you completely. Your heart races. The realization hits like a wave. You're alone now, inside a cursed object that you don't fully understand. The oppressive quiet presses against your chest, but you force yourself to take a deep breath, grounding yourself into the darkness. You glance back, the shimmering water path leads to the mirror inside, still visible. Faint, but there. You could do this. You just need to consult the possible futures again. Find a way back to the present. Or perhaps you'll be forced to live through your life all over again. You still don't know how cursed objects truly work, but it doesn't matter. Either outcome is worth the risk. Geto's Ghetto's life and so many others depend on it. With renewed determination, you walk forward, each step echoing in the vast emptiness. As you move deeper, fragmented scenes from their life flicker into the water around you, drifting backwards in time. The memories pull you along faster and faster until you've reached the day Gojo killed the villagers. The sight of it makes your stomach twist, just like it did when you first heard the news. You remember how you couldn't eat that day. The water path guides you to a pool, the flow stopping abruptly as though time itself has hit a barrier. You kneel, peering into what is still surface. It shows you, young, a second year at Tokyo Jujutsu High. This isn't far enough. To save Anami, you need to go back to 2006. But the door's closed to you. Exhale, slow and steady. You'll have to save Gojo another way. With a final deep breath, you steady your resolve and jump into the water. The cold, I know this word, enveloping you as the world shifts once more. Oh, so handsome. Hey, ew. I can't even make his voice. His soft purr of a voice. Hey, are you okay? Can you hear me? You blink up at him. Gojo Suguru? Young, still the boy you once knew. Not yet a cult leader. His eyes warm and concerned look down at you. He holds out his hand. You reach for it. As your fingers touch, a shock runs through both of you, forcing you to pull away for a moment. He frowns, looking at his hand, then tries again. This time, he helps you to your feet. You're determined to get me up. What happened? What happened? Did you overtrain? Don't push yourself. You glance down at yourself. The Jujutsu High uniform? Somehow, you return to your younger self's body. And you're back. Let's go, girl. I'm okay, thanks. Thank you. I don't need help. I mean, if you want to help, I'm not gonna complain, but I'm independent, I'm strong, I'm the strongest. Because, independent self, you know what I mean? You don't have class right now. Nanami and Hibari already left. Hibari, your throat tightens. You don't know how the exact date. You don't know the exact date yet, but the fact that Hibari is still alive tells you enough. You're still gonna save him, girl. But first, you need to understand where Geto's head is at. You take a step and fake a wobble. Press a hand to your head. Gojo immediately grabs your arm. His brows knitted with concern. Stop it! Are you sure you're okay? I don't know. Could you take me to the infirmary? He nods, supporting you as you walk. The air is filled with the soft fragrance of cherry blossoms in bloom. Spring. Yeah, he did always have that scent. You ask him for the time, and he checks his phone. April 2007, 8 months since Riko Anami's death. This is the beginning of Geto's descent, but it's not too late. You could still stop it. How have you been lately? Do you think non-sorcerers are worth saving? No, because I don't want to hear his stupid, everybody's worth saving. Everybody's life is meaningful. Fine. Lots of missions, but it's our duty as sorcerers. His tone is hollow, like he's trying to convince himself of it. You could already sense the cracks forming in his mental state. You have to act fast before his thoughts turn darker. You remember that during this time, Gojo was isolating himself, consumed by perfecting his curse technique. Geto was starting to do the same. You can't let that happen. You try to change the subject, offering a lifeline. Let's get some ramen together later. I'll invite the others. I can't. I've been busy these days. Sorry. Have you? Have we? I should say. Have we? He brushes off your efforts, distancing himself just like you feared. Take care of yourself, alright? When he leaves you at the infirmary door, a knot forms in your stomach. He's already starting to isolate himself. Stop! Girl, he was not isolating nothing with me. You need to find a way to stay close, to be by his side before he slips further away. The art in this is so good.
No.
Ew, is that too deep or too gross? Why? I might not be a special grade like Geto, but I can help. Let me be his partner.
The missions. Geto and Gojo?
Nope.
The missions Geto and Gojo take are too advanced. It's better if they can handle them alone.
That's right! That's right! I don't need no cock blocks around here.
You're still a second year.
You bite your lip. Frustration bubbling up inside you. But if you told him you were from the future, would he believe you? Or would it ruin everything? Professor! You know my curse technique, right?
Of course. You could see different timelines.
He pauses, his eyes narrowing slightly.
Did you see something?
I nod slowly. Hanami's death affects Gojo and Geto more than you realize. They need guidance. If not you, then someone who can help. But more than that, Geto needs a friend. Someone he can confide in. Please, let me be his partner. Yagi studies you, a frown deepening the lines on his face.
You sound different.
More?
Sure for your age.
I come from the future. I'm just worried about them. Something tells me I gotta keep it a secret. Isn't this just because of your crush on... Bro! Your eyes widen. Was it that obvious back then? You baka! Yaki gives you a doubtful look, raising his eyebrow, but says nothing more. You sigh, knowing you can't push too far too fast. Please, Professor, I'll be careful. Excuse me. This makeup, my curse technique just makes my nose water. You give him your best pleading expression, and he sighs. A good sigh. Fine. You get any serious injuries, even slightly, I'm pulling you out. You can't help but smile. You can't help the smile that tugs on your lips. Yes, sir. Geto's POV. Gojo sits on the plastic chair, his gaze drifting towards his kohai as she talks to the hospital staff. Patients are still being escorted back inside after another cursed exorcist. He isn't sure how long it's been exactly since she started joining him on missions she wasn't even assigned to. She just hopped right in. He had tried to protest. Oh. You fought the good fight. Telling Yagi it was too dangerous. That if she didn't belong in the same battles as him, but it fell on deaf ears. He still doesn't know why she's so persistent in tagging along. It used to be obnoxious, but he knew she had a crush. Ooh! But now, now it feels different. She seems like a different person. The more fugitive glances or nervous stammering in his presence. No more. Oh. If anything, he's beginning to wonder if she even likes him anymore. She's just always there. Calm, steady, never asking anything of him. Even if he brushes her off, she finds him again, offering a walk around the campus or food after a tough mission. She never seems discouraged, even when he turns her down. It's almost like she's returning the favor for what he did when she was at her lowest. Can she see how close he is to breaking? Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, my nose. That was horrible. Maybe it's her grandmother's doing. As one of the higher reps, she may be pulling strings again, trying to push her kohai into foresight for headquarters. He remembers how that nearly broke her a few months back. Or perhaps she saw something in one of her visions. Something about him? A future where the darkness finally wins. It warms him a little. To think she's trying to change it, trying to give him a better future. How does he? I mean, my baby is pretty smart. But deep down, he wonders if that's even possible. It's hard to imagine anything good waiting for him. He touches his throat, frowning. She didn't let him absorb the curse this time. She exercised it before he had the chance. She gagged him! She does that a lot. Keeps him from consuming curses unless they're useful. She seems convinced that absorbing them is bad for him. And maybe she's right. But why does she care so much? It's his job. A sorcerer's duty is to suffer and die so non-sorcerers can live. Non-sorcerers like the ones who clapped when they saw Anami's corpse. I guess that already passed. Just as that familiar darkness starts creeping in, she sits beside him, the presence eased from his chest, his body relaxing. Just a little. How do you feel? I'm okay. But you? How are those injuries? Are you in pain? I'm alright. Just promise you won't mention it to Yagi. He nods. And they fall into silence. The low hum of the TV fills the space between them. The news flickers on the screen. More deaths. More violence. Geto's thoughts twist, dark and bitter. And before he could stop them, the words tumble out. Why do we sacrifice ourselves for these people? Why protect them at all? They don't deserve it. His voice is sharp, sharper than he intended, laced with all the anger he's been carrying. His Kohai's gaze follows his to the TV. Excuse me. They're not all bad. He shakes his head. Maybe not, but there were too many bad ones, and it poisons the rest. Then he feels her gentle touch on his chin. What is she doing to my man? Guiding his gaze away from the screen. Huh? She turns his attention to the children being led by nurses to their room. This is why we fight. Not all non-sorcerers deserve our help, but we fight for the ones who do. His heart clenches at the sight of the children's thin, some without hair, their faces pale. He looks away. It's not fair. No, it's not. But we have to carry our burden. Just like those kids have to carry a sickness they never deserved. He turned to her, taken aback by her wisdom and her words. When did you become so insightful? Not too long ago, it was him pulling her out of the depths of her own darkness. Now, she's the one lifting him up. She offers him a gentle smile as she stands up. If you could only focus on the bad, it's all you'll ever see. You'll end up blind to the beauty that's still out there. With quiet grace, she picks up a forgotten toy from the floor and hands it to one of the children. They look up at her, eyes lightening as they collect the teddy bear slightly. A small smile breaks through the sadness. For a brief moment, the hospital seems quieter. The sterile walls, the beeping machines, the weight of his thoughts all fading into the background. All I can see is her, standing there, reminding him that okay, we're back. Mama. Has it been like this the whole time? Oh, mama. There we go. See my beautiful face. That's not too bad. The glitching is gonna kill me. Ew! I kind of do look a little disgusting. Okay, let's continue. She returns, a soft smile curving her lips. So, ramen tonight? Whoa, what is happening? Are you seeing this? What's happening? Whoa. Before he can stop himself, Gojo finds his lips tugging upwards, a real genuine smile breaking through. Yeah, let's go. Whoa! Whoa! What is happening? This thing is glitching out. Gojo had almost forgotten what a genuine smile felt like. How it seems to have come more easily, more often. The memory Anami's death, the clapping of those people at her